Hey, what's up, Sawteeth people? This is Ross here from Sawteeth. So, I don't know if any of you guys were following me over the weekend on Instagram, but I came up with this crazy idea that I wanted to revamp one of our first ever releases, a song called All I've Ever Wanted, which is on our Revolution EP. I think it's the opening track. So, obviously, the track you were just hearing was the original recording. So, what inspired this? So, when I listened back to Revolutions, this EP was us discovering our sound, trying to work out what sort of band we were. And this was one of the songs that really started to give us that Sawteeth sound. But back then I was learning to record, learning to produce, learning to mix. So there's a lot of mistakes on there, which is cool because you only get good at stuff by making lots of mistakes to get there. So this was recorded, I think, back in 2016. So disclaimer, just need to quickly say, you might hear some weird sounds in the background, snoring or drinking, slurping sounds. That is my bulldog, which is at the moment currently asleep by my feet. So without further ado, let's just have a quick listen to the original track one more time, just a little bit. So the first thing I notice about this track now is it sounds quite thin. The drums don't sound as weighty as I would like to. Also, back then, because I was new to mixing too, I relied heavily a bit more on samples for the kick and snare. For those in mixing would understand what I'm talking about there. So, also, I think when you're a young mixer, you tend to overcook stuff. So you end up taking out more than you actually need to from each track. So it results in a lot of mixes you hear from people when they're learning do sound quite thin. So that would be that. That would be the reason for that. So I'm just trying to keep an eye on the time, so I don't want to overrun this, seeing as this is aiming for Instagram TV, which means I've only got 10 minutes to fire this all at you. So, moving on. So what inspired this? So what inspired this was I was a bit bored. It's quarantine, in lockdown, and I was looking at things I wanted to do, and I fired up this session, and the first thing that I thought, I'll remix it. And the first thing I thought to myself, I'm not really happy with the guitar tone. I'm not really happy with the vocals. Both things I can do whilst I'm here. I couldn't do anything with the gang vocals because obviously I can't have the boys round here to record at the moment. So it was something I couldn't do. So I thought, well, let's work with what I've got. But the thing that really blew me away was listening back to the raw tracks was what a good take we done on recording the drums. We'd actually got really good room sounds. We've done a really good job recording, which for only about a year into recording at the time, that was, pretty good. But I also think when you're young and you're learning to record and mix, you do throw everything at it. So, I'd probably cut a lot more corners these days when I record Sawteeth stuff, because I know what I'm looking for, and I know where I need to, what I need. So anyway, with that, I decided to record some new guitar tracks, some new vocal tracks, and take away a few of the tracks that I didn't need. So when I opened up all the raw tracks, there is so many tracks of harmonies, backing vocals. I'm thinking, we're a hardcore band or a punk band. We don't need all these harmonies. We just need it raw and in your face, and we need the song to punch and kick you in the guts. And so with that, I kept it quite simple. I stripped all the vocals down, even got rid of the gangs, sadly, just because the gang tracks, once I re-recorded the vocals, just wouldn't line up correctly, and I just thought, you know what, they weren't very well recorded gangs at the time, so sod it, let's just go without them. So let's start comparing. So I'm going to play a bit of the original mix again. Hallucination, And now time for the new 2020 mix. I'm just going to jump around that. I'm then also, what I'm going to do is flip between the two. So this one is the 2020 mix, and this one is the original 2016 mix. So let's have a listen now to the original, and then I'm going to jump between the two, and then I'm going to talk some rubbish a bit more again.
Contradiction, hallucination, formation. Real light, my life, we tonight. All I ever needed. All I real life, my life, we tonight. Real life. Never needed. All I
So quite a big difference there. One thing was, because the recordings of the drums were so good, I just thought, fuck it, I really want to go with the raw drum sound. So I didn't want to add any, didn't want to lean on any samples or anything. So just really went with just the raw drums. I think also when I was mixing it, trying to be true to the original version, was I was trying to get that old school 90s, late 80s hardcore sound at the time. And just didn't want to overcook everything, but wanted to have as much raw drums in as possible. So I'm just going to play the original one in a minute. Let us know in the comments below which one you prefer. I won't take it to heart if you prefer the original one, but I definitely prefer the 2020 version. So let us know in the comments below what you think. And now I'm just going to play the whole of the new version. Enjoy.
Contradiction, hallucination.